Complacency pisses me off. Why are you gonna stay complacent? The fact that you're just on cruise control and the fact that you're just saying, you know what, I'm just gonna be enjoying myself right now. You know, you end up missing the next opportunity. I hate staying complacent. If you're staying complacent, you're not knowing what the next thing is gonna be. You're not doing yourself a favor, you're not doing your business a favor, and you're certainly not doing your family a favor. The moment you start being complacent is the moment you start dying. You know, you always got to constantly be learning, and that's why I'm always challenging my management staff, my my social media team, my HR, compliance, and everything. It's like we got to constantly keep learning. If we stay, hey, we're fine, we're gonna be just fine, we're gonna get hit right in the teeth. This is how we eat, and this is how we live our day-to-day life. If we don't take care of our business, no one else will. You control your attitude and effort. Those are the only two things you can control in life. If you have a great attitude, you're going to be able to get it done. If you have a piss poor effort, you're not going to be getting it done. People always say there's not enough time to work out, there's not enough time to do this, there's not enough time to do this. You create your own time. You know, I have a busy freaking day today, but I said, I'm gonna get up today a little earlier and get my workout in. Because honestly, I can get to sleep in tomorrow. 2 more hours. You know, it's the little wins that you take each day, and honestly, if I don't get my workout in, then I feel like my day doesn't start off right. Found this down? No. This is a book we're going to read this year as a management team. Here you go, Goya. We'll read this book together as a group. Well, I got to order some more, but this is going to be the management book that we read together. If I had to, describing Los Potrillos and what it is and what it stands for to our community, honestly, if I had to use one word, it would be, perseverance. This is one of my favorite photos. Honestly, this photo, so you have my mom, my brother, myself, and my dad. This is kind of like one of the pivotal moments that we knew that the business was working, or my dad knew the business was working. This is his first Ford F-150 that he ever got, and this was in 1997. And that's why we have it in here, because it's kind of the point where we knew the restaurant was working, and it was actually, my dad's dream started to come true. And so we keep it in here because this is, we always say we can't forget where we started, can't forget our foundation and how we got here. So there's a nice little place up here, and so whenever we walk in, we know exactly, never to forget where we came from. Never. Perseverance was the number one thing that my father installed into us, and that he ended up bringing to the table when we didn't have anything. He decided to take a leap of faith, and not knowing what was going to be on the other side, he made it happen. From one location to, now we have 4 locations and one food truck. Perseverance to me, honestly, the biggest thing that means to me is that, my father, again, he installed that into me. It's who I am. It's no matter what's gonna happen today, tomorrow, it's just to keep going. At the end of the day, that's all we can do. We can just sit down, curl up in a ball, or get up, when we get knocked down, brush our hands off, and continue moving forward. My name is Danny Ramirez. I am the youngest brother of 2, just two little boys. My brother's Luis Ramirez, 32 years old, and honestly, he's one of my best friends. Growing up, it was different. Growing up off of Federal in a small little shack, with our family, trying to give us everything that we possibly could ask for. And my father never, never stopped working for us and working for us as a family, and that's one of the biggest things, and one of my biggest heroes and people that I admire is my father.
You always tell this story too, is that, you know what, I was a dishwasher, but I'm doing all the work. I want to be a busboy. They're making more money than me. And then it's like, wait, I'm doing all the work for the server. And they make more money than me. And then he went to be a server. It's like, wait a minute, I'm doing all the work for the manager, and he's making more money than me. And then he got to that point, it's like, wait a minute. I'm the one running the whole restaurant, but yet the owner makes more money than me. I'm going to go open up my own place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the right way of putting it. Exactly.
He would come home and be completely drenched, completely tired, completely wiped. But the biggest thing that was in his mind was, I can't give up. I want to make this happen for my family. And, I've learned and I've understood that 100%. I mean, I come home smelling like a burrito in the kitchen all the time now, and I love it. And like, yeah, I smell like this, but I'm like, it is what it is. Because I guess it's a sense of memory that I tend to remember that my father was exactly like that. And I get to kind of see the same exact way my dad did it himself. And I get to enjoy those fruits of the labor, and I get to just take home a piece of that every single time when I go to work. And honestly, it's my father did it, why can't I?
To be honest with you, nobody believed in me. Said, no, you're just a loser, you're just this and that. Because maybe they had the right of saying, because I used to come to work and go back to Mexico and spend the money, come back and go back, come back. And one day, another brother-in-law that I had, he told me, Jose, you're gonna come back one day like a little dog looking for your bone. He said, you ain't gonna find it. Wow. So it's stuck on, excuse me. It's stuck with me. I said, oh, it's fine. No. My dream was one day that guy's gonna ask me for a job.
It happened. It happened a couple years ago.
It happened.
My father, always told us, he always told himself, why not me? Why can't I? He's like, I can be a server, I can be a busser, why can't I do that? I want to be my own business owner, why can't I do that? He ended up doing that. He ended up becoming, one of the most successful business owners here in Colorado. He's a Hall of Famer. If my father did it, why not me to get to where he is? Just imagine, why not us to get to where we want to be?
I mean, I think that's every parent's dream, to have your sons or your daughters to follow your legacy. Say, wow, I taught this guy, I left him this time. So that's what I feel I'm proud of. Mandin. Huh?
And now we have a full-blown operation with 300 employees. Right, Caesar, 300 employees?
Yeah, we're hovering 300 employees.
300 employees and a corporate office. The biggest thing that entrepreneurs and restaurateurs and anybody that's in business internally, I feel like what they're going through during this pandemic is fear.
What I remember when I knew we had a hit, and what you were very proud about, is when when Hacienda came around. When Hacienda was the big thing.
Oh, yeah.
Big thing. Like, everyone's like, oh, Hacienda, they do this, they do that, they do this. And I forgot the name of the magazine, but they asked the local community, it was the state or something, what's the best Mexican
local community, right?
And number one, Los Dos Potrillos. Number two,
Hacienda came in second.
So that's when, I think for you, that's when you're like, right. It's us little guys. We took out the big guy. I remember that whole week, how proud you were, how excited you were, and I think that's what kind of fuels your fire for number two. And you're like, you know what? I think I can do another one.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't remember that. Yeah, that's true.
What's up, Chief? 2018. We started a theme, and I kind of set that as a foundation. Our foundation is going to be, why not us? I always write the theme out, and then the entire year we go through it, and then at the end of the year I write about how that year went. In 2021, which I'm going to present on it, it's going to be perseverance. Yeah, this has been the first week that we've actually been open since November 16th. Any type of indoor dining. We had outdoor dining, but on the patio, but no one's gonna want to sit on the patio when it's, don't get me wrong, I love the fact that we get the igloos and people do the igloo thing, but if it's 23 degrees, people aren't going to be sitting outside, honestly. And it's, yeah. Yeah. Talk about a whirlwind of us getting everything back together. That's been a fun ride. Honestly, I think one of the biggest things that us restaurateurs and other restaurateur business owners are feeling through with this pandemic is the unknown. We're about 25% capacity right now, and as of right now, with our meetings, there's still a lot of uncertainty, being in the Colorado Restaurant Association, but it's looking like hopefully by next week, even from a 14-day variance to a 7-day variance. So if cases continue to drop, the 5-star verification program restaurants that are approved will be able to go up to 50%, which would be huge. The work ethic and the perseverance of going through mishaps and going through the process and pounding the stone. You've got to go through the hardships to really persevere at the end. And that's why I kind of want to set the tone for this year so they understand it's a year of perseverance. It's a year of, we're going to get through this, we're going to be fine. We went through hell already last year. Honestly, I don't think anyhow else it could get worse. Now let's persevere through this and let's make it a great year. And like we talked about, perseverance is going to be our theme of the year. What do you guys think about that? Perseverance, do you guys agree to that?
I agree. I think that's a good.
Yeah, because we're still standing.
Yeah, we're still standing. But it's the fight on climbing that mountain, and we were knocked down from it, but now it's continue climbing through the storms that we're going to end up having. The unknown of not knowing what's next, the unknown of not knowing what's going to happen after this pandemic, how much our business is going to end up changing, and how much we're going to have to end up continue adapting.
He's always given us the confidence to know that, go chase it. Go chase it. Go do it. You guys are young men, and if you fall, just look at my story. I fell, I got back up. You fall, get back up.
A lot of restaurateurs that have been doing what they've been doing, and they know they're so good at that, for the past 20 plus years, or maybe just brand new, they have to change their business model right away. And a lot of that is, some people don't know how to do that. And honestly, we were fortunate enough to know that, okay, we know what we have to do. We didn't know this was gonna work, but it ended up working. But because we took that leap of faith again to say, hey, let's try this. What do we have to lose? We can't live in fear. We can't live in a state of mind that, what if I fail? What if I do this? It's really challenged our faith. It's really challenged our entrepreneur spirit, and it's really challenged who we are. The thing he's always preached to us, I think we've talked about it as well, is, don't let anyone tell you can't do something, not even me. He's preached that to us our entire life, and he's always said, if you're gonna do something, do it now. Don't wait till you're 60 years old.
Don't wait for the what if.
Yeah, like if you wait till you're 60 years old and you end up doing it, you're gonna say, shoot, I should have done that.
Should have done it 10 years ago.
I should have done that 15, 13 years ago. That's, I'm like, I'd rather do it now when I'm 28, Luis is 32. We fail, we still have.
We have
the rest of our lifetime to still
do that. But at least we tried.
At least we tried.
We tried it, but I should have done it. No, I tried it, I failed. Hey, I tried it, but it worked.
Yeah, and that's the thing, we're not gonna fail. We're not gonna allow each other to fail. The biggest thing that I still remember him saying is, son, you're gonna make it really big in this industry. Trust me. You're gonna be, you have something special, you're gonna make it big. And it's because of pushing that envelope. And I know there's a lot of people, as a family businesses, they're afraid to take a leap of faith. They're afraid to let that younger generation take a hold. But that comes with a lot of responsibility. You have to know where you came from, and you have to know how much this means, not only to your parents or your cousin or whatever it is, but you should take it as it's yours.
You can spend 10 years building a company or thinking of an idea and never do it, but if you do it now and fail, you'll be much farther ahead than where you were.
What Los Potrillos is doing right now is, I think we're creating something unique and different here in Colorado. Honestly, we were the first brewery and Mexican restaurant underneath the same household in Colorado. And what we plan on doing is we want to continue expanding.
So we want to be the hub here in Colorado, our little Midwest state that's finally gained some recognition. We want to be an influencer for the rest of the country. Not just New York, not just LA, not just Miami, not just San Francisco. No, we're going to be from here, and you know what? They're going to be taking our ideas. And that's where yeah, that's the goal.
We had a little bit of a vision when it came to what is Los Dos Express, what do we want to do with this, you know, especially when the pandemic hit. Honestly, we had restaurants shut down, so, you know, the Express idea came out at the beginning as our brick and mortars, just, hey, let's just do takeout, and that's all we're going to be doing, and let's just really be good at that. And then we started thinking more and more of the idea, and I'm like, let's just do a food truck. Why don't we just try it out, check it out, and see how it's going to work out. Christian, he's been doing a stellar job. Honestly, this is going to be his baby, and you know, we came in today, everything has been set up, everything was set up perfectly, and we were ready to roll. No, let's show him green chili. Let's show him, come here. Let's show him green chili. You know, honestly, there's no green chili outside of really New Mexico and Colorado. And we call ourselves, we're considered Den-Mex, you know, Denver Mexican food. And we want to be able to bring our authenticity of flavors of what my parents have created and the flavors that come from Jerez, Zacatecas to really project it out and go from there and take it to Nebraska, Wyoming, the Carolinas. I mean, one day even make it up to New York. You know, bring it out and give them something different. Well, there it is. We put a little bit of fried beans. Maybe we do some shredded beef. Very similar to birria, but it's beef. And then right here, this is what we do. Pork, green chili. Pork, green chili. That giant piece of pork right there, look at that. Innovating yourself and not staying complacent. You know, if we were to stay complacent and not innovate ourselves, we would still probably only still have one restaurant today. You know, at the end of the day, if you end up wanting to continue growing and growing your company and, you know, continue scaling yourself, you got to constantly keep thinking, what can I do next? What's the next big thing? How can we make ourselves better? That's the biggest question you got to continually ask yourself when you're in business. How can we make ourselves better?